Hey there, Wargamers. Josh and Luka here from MiniWarGaming.com, and we are here to showcase Warzone Caradon Book 2, the Book of Fire. It's finally out, and we finally got some rules for lakor and additional rules for the Adeptus Mechanicus. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show as we go and tussle. And in the MiniWarGaming Vault, Josh and myself are going to be reviewing what we can from Warzone Caradon, or at least what we mostly know from it. So if you want to check that out, you can just click on the link down below on this battle report to check it out if you want deeper insight.
We play and call it work. MiniWarGaming's Warhammer 40k battle report.
Where do I even begin with this supplement? Army of Renown is what it's called. It's the Disciples of lakor, with or without lakor. You don't need him, but when you include him, he's the warlord. And of course, we're going to include lakor for the showcase performance here to see how it does. Now, this is wildly difficult to build comparatively to other books because it's not its own book and it takes from two different books, and they want to try and balance it as best as they can. So to go over some of the restrictions, you know, you're not allowed to include, and this is, I found this one interesting actually, you're not allowed to include any units with the Emperor's Children, with the World Eaters, the Death Guard, or the Thousand Sons keyword as part of the faction. Now that's only relevant for Thousand Sons and Death Guard because they're the only armies that have unique units, like Blightlord Terminators, Death Shroud Terminators, Scarab Occult Terminators, you know, things like that. Whereas the Emperor's Children and the World Eaters don't have unique units like that, like Noise Marines and Berserkers excluded. Those are excluded elsewhere in the restrictions. So that's kind of like a little bit of foreshadowing towards potential releases for those books in the future. Essentially future-proofing this Army of Renown to say narratively, no, anything you include serves lakor, doesn't work for those other legions who serve their Primarch. Anyways, I digress, and I apologize if I do that again. Skip ahead if you don't want to hear me ramble, but
or watch the Vault video where we're going to go over that in detail.
Exactly. And then, of course, you're only allowed to have one demon unit. You can't have more than one demon unit unless you have all the other demon units included. Generally, if I want another unit of Bloodletters, I'd have to have a Nurgle unit. I'd have to have a Slash unit and a Zinch unit. Now, he's got all the keywords, lakor, but he's excluded from that, and as well as any Chaos Space Marines that would have those keywords as well. There's a lot of restrictions, you know, like I can only have one unit of Cultists for every Chaos Space Marine unit of infantry that doesn't include characters, so I got a couple units of Cultists here. What I'm running is a battalion, lakor is an HQ, and now you can finally use that lakor model you bought for 40k as well as Age of Sigmar. If you bought it for AOS 40k a while ago, then now's your time to finally utilize them. He's got really cool rules. The Disciples of lakor have a lot of flexibility and amazing rules, as we'll try and show off as much of them as I possibly can in this game, as well as Josh will be showing off the new Army of Renown for the Adeptus Mechanicus, the Skitarii Vanguard. So lakor, our man here, is going to be the Army's Warlord. He must be the Army's Warlord, which comes with a Warlord trait from the supplement called Shadow Lord. lakor already has an ability of rerolling Heroes of 1 in an aura around him for certain units. This will give him the Chapter Master equivalent ability where he'll pick a unit of Disciples of lakor, which is Chaos Space Marines or Demons, not including vehicles, and they can reroll all hit rolls. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I should note that you're not allowed to include any demonic engines in this list either. For his 2 psychic powers, he has a new discipline called the Noctic Discipline. We went with Pall of Despair as well as Wreathed in Shades. I'll explain those in further detail when I go to cast them. I do like a lot of the psychic powers from this discipline. They are very useful, a lot of utility, and a couple Witchfires. The only downside, very expensive to cast, and I think 6 being the lowest, 7 being the average, so you can't always rely on them. Now, other than that, this Army of Renown does not have its own artifacts or warlord traits listed other than Shadow Lord. So if you don't bring lakor, you can take warlord traits and relics from the Chaos Space Marines and Chaos Demon book as if your detachment was from those books. You also have access to the stratagems, which is unique as well, which makes this complicated because the Chaos Demon stratagems work well on lakor. Well, some of them do. And then the Chaos Space Marine stratagems, well, if you're familiar with them, like Endless Cacophony or whatever it is you want to build towards, you can utilize them as well. But for artifacts of powers, not super great. I do have a second HQ to fill out this battalion. I went with a Master Possessions just to help out the Obliterators. He's going to have Cursed Earth and Infernal Power as his 2 psychic powers, and there wasn't a lot of relics in the Chaos Space Marine book that he can utilize. So he's got the Mark of Tzeentch and he's got the Eye of Tzeentch. So when he goes to cast Smite, he'll have an additional +1 to cast that. I just didn't really build around any of the artifacts, so that's the only one I could fit in, so that's one I'll take. Now to go with him, we have a unit of 3 Obliterators, Mark of Slanesh. You are able to put marks on your units, and they can be from any legion you want. Narratively, other than those 4 main ones who serve their Primarchs, they just work for Bellicor instead. And you're not allowed to, if you were all Black Legion or Iron Warrior, you can't use the stratagems of Iron Warriors or relics of Iron Warriors or anything like that. They serve Bellicor. You get the generic ones only. We have a unit of 5 Havocs with Reaper Chain Cannons. The Champion, I didn't have the points for the Flamer, so he just got a bolt gun instead. I just don't have a model to represent it. So just bolt gun, no Flamer. He's got the Chainsword still. And then the rest of my army is just 28 Plague Bearers because of points with the full command. We have the Icon and the Instrument. We have 20 Bloodletters, 20 specifically because I want to do Demonic Incursion, I believe the stratagem is called, and I didn't want to pay 2 command points for it because I want to try and show off as much as I can without burning my command points early on. So it's only 1 command point to put them into reserves. And I did upgrade their banner to be a banner of blood, so they'll get the big charge when they do show up. And the rest of my points, about 100 left. I did a couple units of cultists with auto guns. And again, I can only bring 1 unit of cultists for every Heretic Astartes infantry in my list. And well, that's it. If I missed anything there, I apologize. It's got quite a bit, and I'm not very experienced with the demonic side of things. We're gonna try and make it work though, because there's a lot of cool rules. I'm very excited to play this. Let's take a look at this Skitarii.
Here we go. Here's 1,500 points of the veteran Skitarii. I'm going to go over all that stuff after I go over the army list, just to get that out of the way. So we have a Vanguard Alpha, who's going to be the Warlord.
Is that Marshall?
So, no. Marshall. I'm looking at the wrong things already. He is going to have the Warlord trait of the Programmed Retreat, so able to fall back and still shoot. And then I'm going to use the new artifact out of the book, which we'll go over when I go over all the book stuff. I've got a Tech Priest Engine Seer and a Tech Priest Manipulus there as well. The Manipulus will have a Transonic Cannon, and then pay to give him a Warlord trait, which is the Lucius one of Luminescent Blessings. For troop choices, I've got 2 squads of Skitarii Vanguard, with the Enhanced Data Tethers and Omnispecs in both. One of those squads will have the Alpha upgraded to have the Firepoint Telemetry Cache Warlord trait. It's a neat thing I can do. And then I have some Skitarii Rangers there, 20-man squad with all rifles. I do have a single Omnispecs, and then the Alpha's upgraded to have the Battle Sphere uplink. Going over fast attack choices, I've got 2 Iron Strider Ballistarii squads. So each Iron Strider Ballistarius has twin Cognis las cannons. One might look suspiciously like autocannons, but trust me, they're las cannons.
Fair.
I've got 2 Honor Dragoon Crawlers with the neutron lasers and the broad spectrum data tethers, and then 2 Stratoraptors with the command uplink.
That's these bad boys. All right, now what do we got for fancy Vanguard or veteran Skitarii stuff?
Okay, so the restrictions I had is I can only take Skitarii units, and then I can take 1 of each of the Tech Priests. All be drawn from the same Forge World, which is of course going to be Lucius. You have to have at least 1 Marshal, and one of the Marshals must be a Warlord. Honestly, I gotta get more of them painted up because I will run multiples of those in a heartbeat. I'm slowly expanding this out. So the cohort of veterans, all of these Skitarii Rangers and Vanguard are upgraded to be veterans. What that means for both types is that they get +1 leadership and attacks, and then they get a Enhanced Bionics 5-up invuln save. The Rangers, being veterans, each time a ranged attack is made against them, they get the benefits of light cover, but if they make a normal move, advance, or fall back during the movement phase, it loses the ability at the start of the next movement phase. So if I move, I lose that. And then the Vanguard veterans, I keep laughing every time I read this. It's each time you make an advance, you roll an additional d6 and discard 1. And then each time the unit's targeted with something with the blast rule, the unit never counts as containing 6 or more models when determining how many attacks are made with a weapon.
Not a whole lot of blasts available to the Disciples of Bellicor, I won't lie, but that will come in useful in majority of your games.
It's pretty darn good. I'm A-okay with that. Then the relic I took for my Marshal is the Cantic Thrall Net. So in the command phase, I select 1 friendly Skitarii Veteran Cohort core within 9, or any veteran core with the data tether anywhere in the battlefield, and everything gets the Veteran Cohort keyword. Well, all the Skitarii do anyways. Until the start of the next command phase, the Doctrina... I pick one Doctrina, and until the start of the next command phase, that Doctrina is active for that unit, even if it's been active for the army already during the battle. Selecting a Doctrina with this rule does not prevent you from selecting it to be active for your army in subsequent battle rounds. If a unit has a rule that allows it to ignore the deprecation effect of the currently active Doctrina, the rule only applies to one of the Doctrinas. So that means basically I can double up. It's a cool Warlord trait. There's a lot to keep track of here.
Yeah.
I'm getting tokens made. And yeah, that's the list. We're going to go over in further detail what all of this is. I've got access to some new stratagems as well that I'll probably be using throughout the game. But yeah, you can check it out in the vault when we do our overview of the book.
Today's mission is Grand Tournament Strike Force Overrun. The deployment map includes 6 objective markers, with player deployment zones running the long table edges. 2 of the objectives are placed in the player deployment zones, each 16 inches from the center of the battlefield. The other 4 objectives run 16 inches horizontally from the center of the battlefield and 20 inches away from each other. The primary objective in this mission is Domination, which is progressive. It states, at the end of each player's command phase, the player whose turn it is scores 5 victory points for each of the following conditions they satisfy, for a maximum of 15 victory points. They control 2 or more objective markers. They control 3 or more objective markers. They control more objective markers than their opponent controls. This primary objective cannot be scored in the first battle round. The secondary objective in this mission is Overrun, which is progressive. It states, score a number of victory points at the end of your command phase if you control 1 or more of the objective markers that are within your opponent's territory, as shown in the following table. 1 objective controlled is 2 victory points. 2 objectives controlled, 3 victory points. And 3 objectives controlled are 5 victory points.
Taking a closer look at the battlefield, we're using the minimum recommended table size for this build here. It's a Table War Mat green leaf terrain for the large rocks, Game Mat EU for the giant space cans, Games Workshop kits from Sector Mechanicus for the operational cranes and the weird little welding devices and the computing device or the cogitators over there. The objective marker mats, which represent as long as your model's touching it, you'll be within range of the objective, are from JW Gaming if you want to check that out. And then GameMat.eu for the craters, as well as the space cans and the terrain we have dispersed around the table here. I do want to give a reminder to our Silver Vault members that they have access to discount codes if they are thinking about upping their terrain game, or heck, if you want to buy some new models. There is a wider range of companies in the Silver Vault member discount page that you could peruse if you're curious. And, if you're not on the website, you can click on the link down below in this video or go to miniwargaming.com/silverdiscount, where you'll have access to all that information. Josh and I are going to go ahead and pick our secondaries and all that stuff, roll off deploy, and we'll catch you up when that's all done. All right, we picked all our stuff, our secondaries.
I went for Abhor the Witch, because it kind of makes sense.
I got a couple psychers, yeah, absolutely. You can try and kill Lakor in my master possessions.
There weren't any that I was super excited to take. I went for Engage on All Fronts.
Yeah, you got the flyers.
Because they have flyers, and
yeah,
I want you to try to have to think about trying to take them down.
I hate that, but it makes sense.
And I also went for Eradication of Flesh.
I don't know what that one
That's
is.
the one, as long as I have a vehicle left on the table. And if I've killed more infantry, then you've killed my vehicles that turn. I get 3 points.
Okay, so if you kill my infantry, say you kill 2 of my infantry, and I only kill 1 of your vehicles, you get points.
I get points.
It's like a weird random down.
It's another one where it's like, yeah, cool, try to focus on my vehicles.
Gotcha, all right.
Just trying to take a little bit of focus away from the guys on foot.
Exactly that. Okay, I get that. I went with, I didn't want to do Overrun because you have to score it at your opponent has a whole turn to answer it, and I hate that. So it's like, that's way too much control for your opponent, so I didn't go for Overrun.
Probably can answer it pretty easily.
Yeah,
I did the same. Like, looking at yours, you have less chance to answer than me, I think, but like...
Yeah, 100%.
No.
Yeah, like yours are more guaranteed kills if you need it. I went with Assassinate because you have 3 characters, and they changed it so you get an extra point if you kill the Warlord, so I could get up to 10. You have the 3 characters plus the Warlord. I went with Raise the Banners High because there's a lot of objectives on the table, and it forces you to really try and push in my territory, though I expect the Vanguard will try to do that, but I should be able to have answers to that. And the last one I went with, I cannot remember. I went with Grind, just to try and kill. You have a couple smaller vehicle choices with the Ballistari. I might be able to pick those off, and if I end up having to go second, that's not a bad one to have while going second because it gives you information which you need to kill, kind of, in a way. And there we are, all deployed. So I'll go over my side. I put my cultists. I chose this side. I went with cultists over here. Plague Bear Blob right in the middle. Probably going to make their way this way, though the Crater is going to hinder that a wee bit. We have Bellicor right in the middle with our Master of Possessions. And we chose to keep our Obliterators on the table in case Josh goes first, because I know he's very aggressive with the planes, so I want to have an answer to the planes right away. Assume they roll well enough. And then we have the cultists on my right flank. Now, in reserve, I did spend a command point on the Bloodletters to be in reserves. And they're only 20, so it only costs 1 command point. And the Havocs, I didn't want them on the table because they got short range. They're not going to be too effective right away. I want them to be able to show up on a table edge when most opportune to unleash heck with their Gatling guns.
Yeah, they would have been target number 1 for the planes, I think.
100%, yeah. They would have flew. At least with these guys, they can be pretty durable. And they're in cover, they're tough, so they should be okay to take some hits. Plus, we have Bellicor nearby. Not that he helps them as much as they just have their own rule of -1 to hit if you're not within 12, being disciples of Bellicor.
Do they prevent the rerolls, though, too?
No, that's only for demons. You can't reroll. You can't reroll hit rolls for demons.
They're close by to the Locust, right?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
And they're -1 to hit for shooting attacks, whereas these guys have disciples of Bellicor, I believe it's called, where they're just you get to add, their combat attrition tests are better, and they're -1 to hit over 12 with range attacks.
Cool. Okay, cool.
And then for yourself,
Yep, we've got 1 plane, 1 Iron Strider, both of my Doomcrawlers with the Tech Priest, healthy unit of Rangers. This is the Vanguard with the Warlord trait. I've got my actual Warlord hanging out with the Manipulus, the other unit of Vanguard, another plane, another Ballistarius.
absolutely. And we're about to roll off now to see who must go first. And for starting command points, we're both at 9 in the first turn. Let's see what fate decrees. I got a 4 to 2. Well, I must go first. Okay, I guess I'll go first. Turn 1, Disciples of Bellicor. In my command phase, Bellicor will do the Shadow Lord ability to give a unit reroll all hit rolls on, I'll say the Plague Bears, just in case they get caught in combat on Josh's turn. I don't see why they would, but maybe they will. I don't plan on charging anything, nor do I plan on really shooting anything. The Obliterators don't have great range. They're more, I had deployed them here more defensively in case I had to go second and Josh was aggressive. So I'll just try and get them into a better position on the upcoming turn. I'll also gain a command point, going up to 10. That's pretty much it for the command phase. We're going to go into movement. These cultists will run. They're just going to go up to the space can here. Oh, they're not going to advance. They're just going to move because they're going to deploy. They're going to raise banners on this. There's no point in advancing because I can't perform the action if I do that. They're slowed down a little bit by the crater, but not enough to actually impose their movement too much. Bellicor is going to advance. He moves 12. He can go up to 18. So we're not going to do...
Right here. Put him right there.
Yeah, we could go right there. We could do that. We're probably just going to move him to about here. We're just going to move him there. There's not a great position for him, and because of his sheer size, he's going to get shot at by whatever Josh wants to shoot at him. So we are going to advance the Plague Bears next. They're not slowed down yet, and they get +1 to this roll for their instrument there, so they get to go an additional 4 inches. Not high enough to make it to the objective. The crater's slowing me down, unfortunately. We are going to advance the Master of Possessions, an extra 3. We're just going to go with you to there, just in case. Again, just touching the objective a little bit. We're going to move these guys so that you're like that. We'll have the one guy. These guys are going to raise the banner. Raise the banners high. And we'll keep you all coherent like that, and just keep the rest like so. So they're going to raise the banners. They're going to raise the banners. We're going to advance the Obliterators as well. See what they get to go. Ooh, an extra 6, not bad, but it's going to be slowed down by 2. We're going to move up onto the objective as well. Again, no shoots for them. That is it for my movement. We're not... psychic powers? I might as well. Like, why wouldn't I? It'd be crazy not to. Bellicor is going to attempt to cast Wreathed in Shades, where this is casting value 7, I believe. We choose a unit within 12. We're going to choose the Obliterators, Disciples of Bellicor. By the way, everything gets Disciples of Bellicor as a keyword, and then the only difference is there's Demonic Disciples, and then there's Legion Disciples. So a little different rule interactions with them, but shouldn't come up too much. Wreathed in Shadows makes it so a unit cannot be targeted by shooting attacks unless it is the closest eligible, or if you're just within 12 of them when you go to fire. I would love to do that on Bellicor, but you cannot use it on vehicles or monsters. So, boo. But I failed anyway, so it doesn't quite matter. And then we're going to go ahead and try... Cursed Earth, I guess. Yeah, for them, just to get their invulnerable save up. I initially wanted to bring. I got a 6. I don't know if that's good or not. I think it actually might be a 7. I kind of wanted to bring you to see if he would have interacted well with Lakor. He doesn't because he's only Legion demon units or Legion demonic units, which will only affect the obliterators. Okay, realizing that Cursor is only 6-inch range, I don't know why I ran him against the non-demonic units he interacts with. So I'm going to run him in this direction instead with the obliterators and the cultists. Now I have to be careful because of the stupid plane. I'm going to rearrange my movement a little bit here, folks. Sorry about that. I'm just going to completely cheat, move him first, and then move the cultist in that position. That way he's a little bit safer against planes, trains, and automobiles. And we're going to attempt to re-roll the Cursed Earth with a command point. We fail. We're down to 9. Womp womp. And that's it for all the psychic powers I care to do, because Pall of Despair and Infernal Power is not really going to affect them. So we're done. No point in risking the miscasts or the perils of the warp. We're done my first turn. I don't score anything, but we do raise the banners. So that one's in my name, and that one is in my name as well. So I have to try and get more with banners on them. 10 command points for the AdMech. All right, Josh has like a million command phase things to do here. What's the
I'm
first
going to try to
thing?
remember something. This crawler's going to be getting +1 to hit.
Okay, who does this? Why is this?
The engine seer.
Ah,
Engine seer.
smart. Ah,
Yes,
nice.
yes.
Ah.
Now, I don't have a Doctrina up, but I can use the weird Warlord trait to give somebody the benefits of Doctrina. So that's going to be these Vanguard are going to get the +3 to their move. Now, normally they'd suffer the deprecation of -1 to their saves, but again, him being the Marshal is going to have them ignore that.
Okay, ignore the negative aspect.
Yeah. He'll be boosting their guns with an extra 3-inch range and AP -1.
Okay.
And then I need to go ahead and the Firepoint Telemetry cache will be given to that squad.
What's a Firepoint telemetry cache?
And then the Battlesphere uplink will be given to them.
You just ignore my question.
So that is the, they get the benefits of light cover.
Cool.
And then they also don't suffer the penalty for running and firing assault weapons.
Okay.
The reason I ignored your question is because I forgot which one's which. And then I'm also going to give them
Gotcha.
the... actually, you know what? The Luminescent Blessing
Oh my gosh. I just
will
don't want to. I just like
instead-
it's
yeah, the Luminescent Blessing will go on them as well.
Nice. Okay, what does that do?
That's they can't be wounded on better than 4s.
Oh, okay, nice. I remember that one. Gotcha.
Yes.
Is that the Lucius one?
That's the Lucius one, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
the Warlord trait that I gave to the Manipulus.
Right, you gave an extra roller trade. Yeah.
I think that's like, I don't know, I think I remembered at least half of the things I'm supposed to be doing.
It all kind of checks out.
Let's go over to moving. We're going to pivot. And he's just going to fly up to over here.
What up?
Flip, 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 flip. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Flap, 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 flap. I don't know why he's going slower, but he just is.
Repositioning this flyer.
Yeah, get a little more aggressive.
We're closer in there.
We're going to go over there. These Vanguard are going to advance. But hey, guess what? They're veterans.
We have to take the 5 instead of the 4.
Woo!
Ooh, look at the rules go.
Yeah. Other unit of Vanguard going to do the same thing. Extra 3. Now they're getting to move 12 because again they've got the Doctrina bonus for the extra movement. They've moved up, so he's going to move over to here. Engine Seer is going to kind of just bump up here out of the way so that this crawler can kind of come back. Manipulus going to advance. Goes an extra 3. Just up to there. Rangers are just going to wander up a little bit. Kind of got myself blocked in, but I'm okay with it. Actually, yeah, we're going to leave a little pocket for him to tuck in.
We advanced him off camera.
Yeah.
Just to show that. This is where he's going.
Other crawler can just move over to there. Shooting.
Oh boy. We're going to warp surge then.
Okay, they get a better invuln save?
Yeah, their invuln just becomes a 4-up.
Nice, okay, cool. What's that cost?
2.
Okay.
I'm at 7 left. Oof.
Twin Cognis Las Cannon into Lakor.
Yeah, we're going to try and take out the Dark Prince.
He's the only viable target. 4 is to hit, I believe, right?
Yeah, no re-rolling against. So he's -1 to hit for all range attacks, and no
-1 to
re-rolling
wound?
against him. And -1 to wound for range attacks, yeah.
So this should be on a 4 then?
Yes.
No.
Look at that. Nice.
Same thing over here. 4s and 4s.
Ooh, nice.
Huzzah. 1.
All right. Well, let's see if he saves it. How much damage is that?
D6.
I'm going to spend a command point to reduce that damage to 0.
Okay.
Oh, I won't use. I don't think I'll use that. I'm going to take the D6 damage because neutron lasers could be a little more devastating.
Yes. Okay, there it is.
Oh, come on. That is unfortunate, guys. He's got 10 wounds left.
Let's try neutron laser.
Neutron laser, bazam, D3 shots, one
For
shot.
One shot. I'll CP reroll that.
Going down to 9. It'll be 3 shots, down to 9 command points.
It's going to be 3s to hit.
That's why he's got +1. Oh, hey, look at that. Stop.
It helps.
It helped. And
4s
to wound. All right,
One.
one wounding hit. All right, let's see. He's got that 4-up invulnerable save. Dang. Come on, dice. Give me a save. Okay, these are D3 plus 3?
It's D3 plus 3, yeah.
Yeah. All right, 1 sec. Before, well, yeah, I'm going to reduce that down to 0 damage.
Okay.
And that is called Blessings of Lakor. You can't use this if you don't have Lakor in your army. And if you fail a saving throw for a Disciples of Lakor model in your army, you reduce its damage down to 0. So that's just going to take me down to 5, unfortunately. You're able to do that once per phase. This is a very command point hungry Army of Renown, so I kind of regret spending all the pre-game CP, but I'm going to try and mitigate as much damage on the Dark Prince as possible. He's 1 wound away from bracketing. What's next?
We're going to have this Stratoraptor, Archaeopter, fire the twin Cognis into Bellicor, and then the rest of the guns into the cultist unit closest to him.
Oof.
The Cognis, one hit. Which wounds?
Ooh, all right. Well, I can't dodge these. I just have to make a saving throw? Ah, we did.
Okay,
Nice. And now firing at the cultists.
Yep.
They don't get any negatives to hit them for being cultists, and plus you're within 12.
I was looking for 3s to hit.
Oh, you suck.
I know. And then 2s to wound.
Strength 6?
Yep.
Oh, he doubles.
Only one.
What's the AP?
2.
Okay, well, even the guy in cover will die to that, so we'll pull you.
Then the Stubbers, 3s, and 3s.
There's no AP on those?
No AP.
So 4, I'll put them 2 at a time on these 2. They're in craters, so they have 5 ups. Doesn't matter, they're both dead. Bloop, bloop. And then I have a 6 up. Nope, kills the guy. And the 4th one. Oh, saves it.
And then the other Archaeopter is going to do the exact same thing.
All right, big guns in a Bellicor.
Yep.
And then the rest into the... Those cultists or these cultists? Well, I guess
Those cultists over here.
yeah, these ones here, yeah.
Stubbers, because I'm holding the dice.
And that is 4 wounds. And they will have no saves, no cover, or no light cover of that, so it's just 6 ups. Ooh, 4 more die. We have a couple left. Champion and the guy on the objective. Oop, oop.
And then the Phosphor. Dang it.
And 2s. Ooh.
Okay.
They're both dead. No saves against that. Goddamn. Into Bellicor.
Into Mr. Bellicor there. 4s and 4s. Okay,
Oh,
good.
Look at that. He dodged them.
We're going to go Skitarii now, shooting into the Vanguard, into your Plague Bearers.
Yeah.
I'm going to go enriched rounds.
That's the...
1 CP and 4s to hit. Automatically wound.
Right. So it's kind of circumventing their higher toughness there. Now, they're currently -2 to hit and no rerolls against them, but I don't think you have any bonuses, so it's just -1 to hit.
Yep.
If anyone's curious why it's -2, well, their unit size is big enough to give it -1 to hit with, I believe it's called a Cloud of Flies, and then Bellicor is invoking a Locus of Shadow, I believe. So instead of the regular Locus powers, demons...
Do I get to reroll the wound against them or no?
Yeah, you can reroll wound rolls
Okay.
against them. Yeah. But he provides a Locus to demons, -1 to hit, and no rerolling hit rolls to demons. So that kind of works still. That is just 1 CP, so we're going to bring that down to 8. It's going to be 60 shots because of various ranges and line of sights. They're all good to fire, and it's 3 shots a model. There's 20 of them.
All right, looking for 4s,
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much 4s automatically wound. Everything else misses. No re-rolling.
7 in the first volley, second volley does a little bit better.
18 on the second one.
Yep, we're getting closer to averages.
Yeah, we on 30 is the average here. It's 29 wounds because of the stratagem for the rounds. I'm just going to roll 15, then 14. I have a 4-up save because of Warp Surge. Saves a couple of their lives so far. 8 fails on that first one. The second one with 1 less. 8, 9. Sorry, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. Ooh, a little iffy. But I got Disgust and Resilience. Resilience! Saves a little pocket of them. That's not ideal. 5, 10, 13 die. Important to keep that one model there, though. So he's within 6 of him for a stratagem. So 13 are going to die. We don't really care about the back guys too much. That's what we've got left. And then?
That's that. So we're going to have the Rangers put shots over there now, too.
Ooh, they don't care about moving and firing heavy.
No, they do care.
Well, I mean,
But they're
in
already,
this case,
already the
So
-1.
it's like -3 to hit them right now, but you can only get the -1.
Right. 40 shots on 4s. 10 hits so far, and then more. Strength 4. versus your T4. So these are 4s. We're rolling 1s because of the Marshal.
Marshal nearby, yeah. It's the hit rolls that can't be re-rolled. The wound rolls are perfectly a-okay. Does it help? A wee bit. That's 12 saving throws. The 4-ups help quite a bit there, actually. So I only fail 5, and they have resilience. I lose 2. 2 more die. Who is unimportant? You're kind of important, so we'll keep you around. And you probably don't need to be kept around either.
I think the last thing now is the Crawler putting shots. Do you still have 11?
11?
Yeah.
There's a few there, yeah, but it should still be negative. For what reason?
Blast.
Oh, blast. Yeah, absolutely. You get to blast them. Just 3 shots on 4s. And strength 10?
12, I believe, now.
12. All right. 2 4 invulnerable saves. Make
Okay.
boom, boom.
And then this.
And the stubber.
Get a stubber on there.
1 miss. And
Not bad.
force to wound. Oh, wow. Saves. And resilience. We take 1 more casualty. I think we can afford to lose you. Last thing to fire are some of the Vanguard in this direction. 5 of them get to fire at Bellicor. They don't
Yes.
care about the -1 for advancing because he's already got -1 built in.
4s to hit. 2 auto wounds. And
That's right, that's what the 6s do. So the 1 hits on a 4 and it's 6 to wound. No, 2 saves. Ooh. That's bad. We take a damage, we're down to 9. That's it for shooting. I assume there's no charging.
No.
So we're gonna go right on to, there's no fighting, we're gonna go on to morale. These Nurgle demons, this is a great strategy for the disciples. It's called Mortal Boon. If they're within 6 inches of a Legion disciple, they automatically pass and they count as having rolled a 1.
Yeah.
So I get D6 demons back. It brings me down to 3. Well, that's hopefully I get 3. That should be enough. Place those 3 like that, and I'll have 1 toe the objective to give me some points on my next turn coming up.
Beauty.
And they're all still within range of 2 other models, so we're good to go there. And that should be the end of the turn. Is there any scoring? Oh, you do get the 1 because you killed more of my...
Yeah,
killed
so
them.
eradication of flesh.
Yeah.
Your flesh has been eradicated. And then I should get engage as well.
So you're getting 3 points for engage?
Yeah, I should get the full engage.
Yeah. So you get full engage and then 3 points for killing my 1 infantry, and I killed none of your vehicles. 4. And if anyone's curious what the score is, at the end of the first battle round, it's 6-0. But we're about to start scoring some primaries, and I'll be getting some of my secondaries now too. And then that's 6-0 for Josh and the Admech. So Bellicor is going to use his Warlord trait, the Shadow Lord, onto the Legion Disciples over here, or the Disciples of Bellicor. Well, either keyword works. Well, Disciples of Bellicor. They get to reroll all hit rolls. Never mind, I was incorrect. It's 8 wounds he's bracketed, so he's still in his top bracket.
That makes sense with half, yeah.
So he's still a threat this turn. You can do the full 12-inch move.
Doctor Unit time, I'm going to go for Bulwark, which is going to give me +1 to my saves across
Okay.
the board for anything Skitarii.
Safe. Baby safe.
Baby safe, even.
At the end of my command phase, I'm going to get 2 victory points for the double 2 raise the banners, and I am going to be scoring 10 victory points on the primary because I have 3 of the objectives, and Josh also has 3, so he's got that 1 towed. So we're tied on that. We're going to go on a movement. We are going to position these guys ever so slightly to about here. I'm going to back them up a wee bit too, just because I don't care too much for them to expose themselves too much right away. I'm not in an ideal position here, unfortunately. Bellicor, it's like a 10-inch charge for him to get in over on this Stratoraptor. You just fly over and beat this one up, of course, but it kind of puts him out of a weird position for the Locust on them. Whereas they could just, I might reposition them, put them back to where they were, and then advance them in this direction for the Stratoraptor, just to deal with them right away, so they can't be hitting the things behind cover easily. Because they have the mobility just to stay back here the entire game if they want to. No bueno, no good, because I got to keep these cultists alive as well. So that will be the plan. We're going to try that. We're going to have Bellicor fly. We're going to advance these guys first to where they were. So you were there, and you were touching the objective as well. We're going to advance the Psyker first, an extra 6. Ooh, wow, we're going far. We don't need to go that far. Then we're going to go ahead and advance the Obliterators, an extra 2. All right, so they go up to 6. Unfortunately, that gets one of them not in range. I needed to roll literally 1 inch more, and I don't think I could justify spending the CP.
Oh, don't you got plenty, dude.
That's the problem. And then we're gonna have Bellicor, if I can grab him, flap his wings over to here. This is not the most efficient use for him, but it's a use that I have to do, I suppose. Well, at least like that guy won't be in range to fire at the Stratoraptor over here, but this one, he can just fire back here to support Bellicor. I'm just gonna hope that these two will have enough firepower on their own to take out this guy. Probably not, but you never know. You can get lucky. They are obliterators after all. It's their thing. We're going to reposition the Plague Bearers a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I have no grand ambitions on doing anything with them. Nah, I'm just going to keep them there.
Just to make, it's not going to affect your decision making a whole lot. I do have a stratagem where I could advance and charge.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much I can do about it. I could reposition them a little bit, just to bring them back, somewhat, I suppose. They don't move much. All I'm going to do is raise the banner with them on this objective. They're just acting as like a tar pit. Somewhat. I can't advance it because of, well, raise the banner. And we are going to see where we can get some bloodletters. I don't want to bring in the Havocs yet. There's not a great time. I don't need them on the table for now. But the bloodletters could still be useful, so we're going to bring them on the table. They're going to show up in the back left corner. They're supposed to be on 32mm bases, so I tried my best to represent that. They're more than...
Yeah, they're good.
9 away from that guy, more than 9 away from that Dune Crawler there. And that's where they're showing up. We're going to go into the shooting phase now, where we're going to start with the Oblits. They're going to go ahead and fire. Those two are going to fire into that Stratoraptor. We're going to have that one fire into this one because of range penalties. I'm going to pop a command point here on Veterans of the Longboard to give them +1 of these wound rolls. So I'm going to go down to 3 command points. The strength of the guns will be 6 plus 2. They're going to be strength 8 with +1 to wound. So it should
perfect.
be, should be
2s
to wound. The AP is going to be 2. Okay, better than 1. And then damage is 2. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do the Psychic phase. My bad. It doesn't change too much. I'm going to do Cursed Earth, which we actually get. They have a bonus to their invulnerable save, and we'll do Infernal Power. Dry Smite. Interesting. Infernal Power. I'm going to do Infernal Power. That we fail anyways. I'm not going to use a CP on that. 6 shots with that Obliterator into this flyer on 4s. Reroll all hit rolls because Be'lakor told him to do that. It doesn't help too much, but that's what we got Be'lakor over there trying to kill him. All right. I wish I rerolled the Infernal Power now. I didn't expect 2 ones. Anyways, 1 at -2, so it should be a 4-up.
4-up, yeah.
You're fine.
He's fine.
And then those 2 firing at the other flyer. And 4s. Reroll all hit rolls. All right. Cool. A couple misses. That's just the mark and braze banners. Should probably roll in a different spot, but you guys get it. And 2s. A couple more 1s there. These are all at -2, so we have 8 4-ups. 2, 4, 6. That's 12 damage.
Yep, that kills him.
Oh, I got him. Nice. Unless you want to reroll 1.
I don't think I do.
All right. Does he explode or crash and burn?
I might just do it automatic.
Oh, you could do that too.
I'm not going to do it automatic. Okay.
My banner. So he goes crashing and burning off somewhere non-deadly. And then, well, because they killed him, I'm not going to do Endless Cacophony there, so I'll save the CPs on that. And we're going to go on to charging, where we're going to start with those. It doesn't really matter which one. Which one do I want to do? Do the Bloodletters first, declaring a charge only against the Ballistari.
Yep, okay.
Yeah. Would you like to Overwatch?
No.
With the 2 last cannons? No. I'm going to pop the Banner of Blood. So they're going to roll 3d6 for their charge, taking the full addition between all 3 of them. And they get +1 to the roll because they have a musician. So they're going to go very far. Enough to get there. Ending like that, remaining coherent after the charge. Everyone's within range of 2 other models. And then we're going to charge Be'lakor. Be'lakor and Josh would like to Overwatch. He'll go down to 7.
Boy, would I ever.
Down to 7. Overwatching!
Last cannons.
Oh, you got a hit. Oof. Oh, I got the wound too. Oh, let's see. Oh, womp womp. Always with the difficult decisions here. I guess I'll do the Blessing of Be'lakor. We're gonna make that damage 0. No 1. I don't know if it's worth using that. I just don't want to get bracketed here. And the rest of the shots?
This is the Phosphor.
Ooh, no hits. And then the Stubber.
Stubbers.
Oh, yes. We keep the top bracket. Bless. Charge. Good enough. 8. I don't want to do anything too fancy. I just want to get my wings and everything stuck on everything. We'll stay there. We're still going to fight first with the Bloodletters, because if I lose 1 Bloodletter, I lose my bonus to hit. So we're going to use them at their full strength here. I don't believe I need to really pile in here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 6 over here attacking. There's 13 of them attacking. They do get, because they charge, they get +1 strength. Not that that matters. It's still 5s to wound here. But it'll be 2s to hit because my unit size, and +1 attack on everyone for charging as well. So it's going to be quite a bit of attacks.
I'm getting +2 to my save total.
Ooh, nice.
1 for the Doctrina, 1 for Lucius, because I assume these are 1 damage.
They are. Some of them are 2 damage though.
Okay, those ones I don't get a bonus to my save.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, on 6s to wound, they're 2 damage.
Okay.
These are hitting on 2s because of my unit size. Hey, 1 miss. That's a pretty good hit roll. 5s to wound. 6s are especially good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might as well do the 5 6s. They're all 2 damage each. And they're -3 AP. 5 up save because you're at a 2 up currently. And oh, that's 6 damage.
That's enough to kill him.
Does he explode?
No.
Boom. And then we will consolidate. I'm gonna close this up. Make you guys go there to keep coherency. Boop, boop, and then we'll be able to break it over here. They're also gonna move in this direction. They're gonna get annihilated next turn, but as long as we're on an objective. So they end up consolidating again, trying to keep the 32 mil in mind. And then, would you like to counter-offensive over here before Bellicor swings?
No.
Okay. We're gonna do 6 attacks with the Blade of Shadows. We're gonna do the piercing strikes. That's the heavier damage one. 6 attacks. We hit on 2s. They hit with everything. And then these wound on 3s. Everything works as well. So it's AP 4. 6 saves.
He'll be fine. He's fine.
Ooh, that is minimum 4 damage a swing. So he is also dead. Would you like to automatically blow this one up?
Yes, sir.
All right. Automatically blowing it up. And it's 1 more wound. All right. I'll take it. Boom.
Get bracketed.
He's bracketed now. Boom. Brings Josh down to 6. We'll just consolidate him closer towards that. And we will end my turn there. And we're in a good spot. We got exactly what we wanted to accomplish. We killed the stupid flyer things, and we got Josh off one of the objectives to deny some points. And we're going to end our turn there. We're going to go on to Josh's turn, too. Josh is back up to 7.
To start off, they're going to ignore... No, they're not. These guys are going to ignore the -3 penalty to their move. So they still get their full move. Ugh.
Because of the...
That's the Marshal's going to be doing that.
Okay.
The Marshal's allowing them to ignore the deprecation result.
And the deprecation result is from the...
From the Doctrina being the +1 to my save right now. Gives me a penalty to my move.
That's right. Everything else is very slow.
Yes.
But not the Rangers.
No.
Gotcha.
He's also going to give them the Doctrina this turn with the Warlord trait. That is the +1 to hit with shooting.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah. So this crawler is going to take the +1 to hit from the engine seer.
Right over there.
Then the Luminance of Blessing, the Firepoint Telemetry Cache, and the Battlesphere Uplink are all going to go on to the unit of Vanguard.
All right.
Luckily, I believe that's it.
All right. And then at the end of the command phase for scoring, you're on 2 objectives, which is only worth 5 points in this
Yes,
domination
should have
game.
mentioned that earlier. Oh. Also, I'm going to boost the range of the Vanguard guns and give them AP.
All right.
I'm going to do an advance here. So an extra 6.
And then there.
Moving them on up. I'm going to move 5 over here. Engine seer will move over. I will reposition. Crawlers weren't in a great spot to start, but they'll just go here. Vanguard will advance.
You get to go 4 instead of 2.
We get to go 7.
After everything is said and done, they go 7 because they do have -3 to their move.
Yes.
Hello.
Ending up there. We're gonna have you just move, I guess. He's not affected by the Doctrina because he is not a Skitarii guy. We're gonna have these guys wander on it. And just say, oh, hello.
Yeah, they got guns.
Huzzah. No. Marshall will run. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
very fast.
He's just gonna kind of, bloop, I'm here now. Shooting will be this crawler. Putting shots over into Bellicor.
Neutron laser, what about the stubber?
Into him as well.
Okay. D3 shots from the big zap. It's going to be 2.
Okay.
Hitting him on 4s.
Back down to 3s because of the +1 to hit.
He's got the +1 to hit guy? Okay. And we, oh wow, big difference. Big difference.
Huge difference. Forced to win though.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look at that. The reverse, it worked. Stubber. Okay.
Okay, very good.
Good job,
Clean,
Bellicor.
clean. The Twin Cognis Las cannon. Laws cannon.
We got, oh, double 6. Very scary. 4s to wound. Oh, we do avoid one of them. Oh, let's see if we get lucky. Can we make a save? Oh, we failed him. I think his hour is now. I'm going to let you do the damage to him. I got to save my CP. Yeah, there it is. I've already used too much CP trying to keep him in the game to show off his abilities. He's just getting shot too much.
I'm going to go for the Galvanic Volley Fire on my Rangers. So that makes them Rapid Fire 2 instead of Heavy.
Absolutely. Into Plague Marines or Bloodletters?
Bloodletters.
Not Plague Marines, Plague Bearers. Bloodletters, though, yes. I did not expect them to do much for me this game, other than try and get me some points. The 80 shots, because they're all in rapid fire range.
Yeah. I think this should be hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the +1 to hit.
There's no negative hit. The Bellicor too far away. I have no demons to support him.
It doesn't double the amount of shots. Technically, it does change them rapid fire, so they don't care about walking anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why it's 2s. T4 or 3?
3 on them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so these are 3s rolling 1s.
Bloop, bloop. I would normally just pull them, but it should show the dice rolls and how it all works.
Second volley. There's 14 so far in there. Rolled 1s.
27 so far, third of 4. You guys see where this is going.
3s.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bam.
41 so far.
Boom. And then we got lots. This is a 41 plus this, right?
Plus 11.
Oh boy. You know what that does cost Josh 2 CPs down to 5. It's half. Demon saves. It looks cool. 17 dead. There's 3 left. I'm just gonna... they're dead. Now, a little like train of thought here on what I could have done differently. It wouldn't have mattered, and I think what I did was the better call. I could have only tagged this guy with a few of them and trapping him in there so he couldn't fall back and not kill him, and then try and kill him on Josh's turn. But Josh's Vanguard and the Rangers has so many attacks that if he chose to charge them, he would have wiped them out in melee with the Vanguard.
Right, because these could have, I charged them with them, that could have made them down to toughness 2, and then I've got 2 attacks base, and for 1 CP I can give them all an extra attack.
Correct. So they'd have 20 models with 3 attacks each, fighting a toughness 2 unit that they would then wipe out, and then I wouldn't have counted as killing that. I decided this unit's dead, I'm going to take a model with me and deny points. So that's why I kind of sacrificed them. And typically with them, you want to tie something up and then try and kill it on the opponent's turn. That wasn't an option.
Yeah, I would have been able to kill you
Yeah.
before you...
That was never an option for them. And I couldn't land anywhere else beneficial, unfortunately. So they did kind of net me 5 victory points and get a kill. We'll see if that'll matter, because that's 1 infantry that Josh has just killed. It's them finished. Would
Yes.
you like to fire them next, or is there another
I'm going
plan?
to go to this squad and just... It's going to be probably overkill, but I'm going to enrich the rounds into Bellicor. Just
Oh,
to
all right.
force him to die.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's his base save?
6 up armor.
He's only 6 up armor,
Yeah.
so he's relying on an invuln.
Absolutely.
Oh, do I be risky then? No, enrich rounds.
All right, down to 4.
This should just be... I'm just looking for the 4s again.
Yes.
This makes it so clean.
4's wound here.
It's only 8 so far.
We're at 17 so far. The 3rd. All right, I'm just gonna... He dead. You got him. Boom. I wish he could have lived a little bit longer, but he just wasn't really making the saves this game. Not a proper representation of him. He is a little more durable than that. But, like, that's still a lot of damage.
There's a lot of gun. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like, these guys are insane.
Yeah, those guys are really good. That's great shots for him, yeah. I probably shouldn't have consolidated. Don't know why I did. I just kind of... That was actually a misplay.
I don't think it would have made a big difference.
It wouldn't have? Oh, okay. I figured
No.
they're only 18-inch range. Yeah, looking at that, I didn't...
You could have maybe
yeah.
gotten the last 6 guys not shooting.
Yeah, because he was around here to begin with, so it would have mitigated some of the shots. Not enough to matter with that 6 damage from the last cannon going in. I don't think it would have mattered ultimately either, because they even like half that unit would have done probably the remaining wounds he had left with the enriched rounds.
Vanguard. Actually, let's go with this crawler. Gonna shoot into the plague bearers first.
Alrighty, we still got the blast active on them, so 3 shots with the big gun.
Yeah. I'm firing my lasers.
I'll hit because there's no more negatives on the plague bearers.
Okay.
No demon hero nearby,
Doses.
and 1 wound.
Okay.
5 up demon save. We're good.
Stubber. I forgot to bring in as many dice as I need. Dang it. How many? Sorry, there's 4 hits now. This is even worse.
I just roll 1 failed wound. Yeah, so it's 2 wounds. Demon save. Resilience. We do lose a plague bear. I think we could afford to lose here.
And the Vanguard into them.
Oof. Here we go. Again, I would probably pull them normally, but let's see how much damage they actually do.
6 is to auto wound.
That's just the radium thing, yeah.
Yep. So there's 4 in there so far.
And then they should be hitting on. Do they have any bonuses to hit?
No.
So it's 3s then, but still pretty good roll. Rolling the wound. We have 4 so far, plus
5s, rerolling 1s.
right to the alpha or the marshal.
10 so far. And adding a couple more. Another 6. And
This is the last one.
this is the last one, yeah.
Alright.
And then 5s, rerolling 1s. We're going to add another 8 onto that.
They get a whole 5 up demon save against that. They might not actually die. There might be a tiny bit left. All depends on how this goes. Resilience. My oh my. What do we got? We got 5, 10, 11 dead. So Josh.
I think I gotta pop the CP to have them charge. If I do that, I think I gotta do that in the movement phase. So I can't charge you.
I figured the plan.
I didn't intend to.
Yeah, I thought the plan was to charge him and get on the objective.
I wasn't gonna get close enough.
That's not a bad charge.
If I think I rolled super high on their advance, I'd consider it.
Fair. All right. 5 dead, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I got those 3 left. Where's my instrument? Ah, he's long dead. You know what? Maybe if they come back. Oh, I pulled him. That's fine. Yeah, whatever. I'll put the instrument back. And pull this guy. I don't know where he was, so I apologize. He's like probably around here somewhere dumb. Not on the objective. That's where. I can't keep the model on the objective and keep the banner is the problem. But whatever. I'll do it. I'll lose the banner. It's 1 in 6 chance anyways, and if I roll the 1 to keep him around, I'd rather just get the points.
Are you gonna be out of range to auto pass morale?
I don't have the CP for it.
No. Didn't he have a built-in thing in this list or no?
No, that's true command. That's a cool interaction
it's
between.
A stratagem. Sorry.
That's why it's cool to have demons and the Chaos Space Marines in your list. But it's not perfect. I'm just gonna keep the 1 model there. It's something like that. That's it for shooting. There's no charging because didn't want to pop the CP for it there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go on to my turn.
Sure. I am out of range.
He's out of range. Okay. I got a morale on them, a very serious one. A 5. Okay, so someone's boogieing. We're gonna lose you because we'll say what they're within 2, and I gotta roll for them. I don't want to roll with double 1 and 2. Hey, they're both sticking around. All right. That should help a wee bit, though. Things are dire for the mixed forces of Chaos Space Marines and Demons. It's going to bring me to the end of the battle round. Josh killed Bellicor and my Bloodletters. Did you kill anything else?
Nope. So I'm not going to be getting... Oh, yeah, we got to figure out for you.
Yeah, I do get Grind Them Down, and Josh won't get Eradicate Flesh, which is interesting. Oh, righty then. So that is it. At the end of the round, I do get 3 for Grind Them Down. Josh does not get the flesh.
The eradication flesh. I wasn't going to get it this round, so I'm actually kind of happy I didn't kill them because I'd rather kill them next round.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that way you can, like, as long as I don't kill one of your vehicles, then you should be good to go. I am up to 2 command points. Nothing to do in the command phase because poor Bellicor is, well, eradicated. At the end, I'm on 2 objectives.
I'm also not going to pop any of my Doctrinas.
Okay, that's fair. Save them for when it might matter.
Do I do the... No, not going to use any of them.
Alrighty. Well, I'm on 2 objectives. That's worth 5 whole victory points. And for Raise the Banners, I have 3 of them active. So that's 3 more points for that. Not bad. So I've gotten 5 points out of that. And we are going to go on to movement proper. I got to figure out. Let's figure out where these... I kind of wish I still had the Bellicor around to boost them up. The Blitz are going to go ahead and roll and advance up. Got a 3. Alright, it's not bad. I go 7. Unfortunately, not high enough. I needed probably a 5 to really get them somewhere. And I could re-roll it, but I'm not going to get a lot of value out of my Havocs if I do that. I'm not going to re-roll. We're going to keep them there. We're going to advance this Psyker, though. An extra 5 is going to move that away. So sad. 11 takes them right there. Oh, yeah. So we're just going to go to there for now. Yikes. The Plague Bearers are going to run or advance. There's -2 to this because of their terrain they're in. It does not help them really at all. Then we're going to go with the Havoc showing up, and they're going to try and do as much damage as they can and get some value out of them, I guess. Then from the right flank, from reserves, the Havocs come to try and light up these boys. Now,
I did do poorly, and it's about a ½ inch off of being able to give you the Info Slave Skull.
Yeah, no nasty aspects, and we were outside of their deployment zone, but this guy will be getting a little bit of cover, so maybe that'll help out. I don't expect them to live past this, but they're going to do some damage before they go down. Unfortunately, that's the only thing I have to shoot because these guys don't have line of sight. They can't see anything. He's not tall enough to see over this or the rock. They didn't roll high enough to get up there. It's just a lot of sadness in all directions here. So we're going to fire the Havocs into the Vanguard. And here they are, 32 shots, 8 shots per gun, strength 5, AP 1, which will be kind of ignored because Lucius, it's only 1 damage. So back to the 4-up save they'll go. These hit on trees. And 3s to wound.
Alright, so I'm going to spend 2 CP on Bionic Endurance, which is a Skitarii Veteran Cohort ability. Whenever they would go to lose a wound, I roll a dice, and on a 5-up, it's not lost.
Oh, heck yeah, they got disgusting resilience.
If they're power rating 10 or more, it costs 3 CP, otherwise it costs 2. That's only 8 power rating.
So pretty much if it's like a 30-man squad.
This is the maximum size I think you can take. So it's just, so I think it's on your other course. I don't know.
All right, well,
There's
regardless.
other core. It's your units of chicken walkers, I think.
I guess you can get pretty big squads of them.
Yeah.
Brings you down to 2.
These are going to be 4-ups.
And then they have the 5-up to shrug off the damage afterwards. That saves 2 of their lives. We killed 5
That's
guys.
super worth it. Yeah, you got 5.
Hey, we got 5. Let's stand on the shooting face. We're going to Endless Cacophony and do it again for my 2 CP.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. By command points, I hardly knew you. And this should be 3s to hit. And trees to wound. I think that's going to be 3 no matter. That's a 3 no matter where it lands. Damn, it's only 13 wounding hits. They got that 4-up save because of the +1 to their save against the 1 damage shot. Ooh, spicy. We got what, 3 to go through? They have a 5-up to ignore it. Oh, we killed 2 more.
Okay.
Died my paltry chaos bullets, but mine do they try. Charges? You know what? Yeah, you know
Actually, yeah, they're just out.
what? Yeah, they're out.
Otherwise, I would have shot.
Exactly, they're out. No charging there. I got no charges to do, so just a morale.
Okay, I gotta roll a 1 to pass. No.
Cowards! They run! And they call themselves veterans. Oh, Josh is gonna be lame in
I'm
auto.
gonna do the auto pass in your objective.
Use probably one of my favorite stratagems the AdMech have access to is they pick an objective on the battlefield. Probably at the start of the morale phase, one of the 2.
Use the stratagem at the start of the morale phase. Select one
Yeah.
objective marker in the battlefield until the end of the phase. Each time an AdMech unit from your army takes a morale test, if they within 6, it's auto passed.
Yeah, you might as well roll it. There's no point in risking bodies over there. Josh has already got like a strong lead. He doesn't need his command points to batter me down. He just needs them to keep models in the game. There's no point in rolling the morale there. So he's gonna take the 1. He's gonna go down to 1, and then any unit near this objective will automatically pass, which is them. I think that's my favorite one. I think that is very powerful because you could use that every turn. That's not once per game.
Yeah.
So down to 1. And then scoring at the end of my turn. Oof, let me tell you folks, it's not good. I didn't kill anything. And that's it. I'm not really getting near the characters. And we're on to their turn. Their turn 3. Up to 2.
Okay, we are going to give them the benefit of the extra movement, but they're going to ignore the whole penalty to their save. So that's fun. That's for both of those from the Marshal. These guys are going to get the advance and ignore penalty for shooting. These guys are going to get the can't be wounded on...
Anything better than a 4-up.
Yep. And then these guys are also going to get the benefit of light cover.
Alrighty.
Last thing I think I do is the +1 to hit on this crawler.
Alrighty.
So let's make this real easy.
Yeah, we're gonna
really,
do
real easy.
movement. We're gonna show it all afterwards. Everything's just gonna move up and surround me and kill my stuff. And then, last thing to move, we're gonna move the Rangers over there. Vanguard advance forward. Chicken Walker. These Vanguard move towards the Havocs to show them the pain of only having 1 wound.
Yes. I don't know. He'll be over here.
Yeah, we're just gonna pretty much push into my territory now
There. He's over there.
and getting their feet on all of the nasty objectives, leaving me with just this 1 paltry objective left. And also losing my banners. Boo. Boo.
Kicking them down.
Bye-bye, banners. The lakor who? And for scoring, before Josh walked on these objectives, he was on 2 of them.
Yeah.
So he gets 5 primary points there because I was also on 2. I was on that one and this one before we moved over there. Shooting time.
Neutron laser the first. This is the one without the without the bonus to hit.
Zap. Oh boy. Should just be 3s. All right. And all right, that's 2 dead. This guy's got cover, but I'd rather not waste it against a no save attack.
Yeah.
Be a 6 off.
Stubber.
Hey, is that a wound?
1 wound.
1 wound. It is. We save.
Okay.
Sorry, that was on him.
Next.
One is it laser? Oh no, zap. 1 shot.
I'll CP reroll that because I need it so bad.
3 shots. Oh, that'll probably kill him.
2s.
Oh, 2s. 2 of them. Well, 6 up. He's dead, and then the other guy doesn't have a save.
Yeah.
And then you just say the Vanguard.
Oh, Vanguard.
Boop.
Let me go.
Are we gonna say Vanguard fire at them?
Sure.
Blip. We're gonna go ahead and fire the Rangers now. This guy is poking out because he's got no choice. He's got to do it to be on the objective. There's no other option.
14 shoots.
Can't do
28 shots.
Yeah. 28 shots, they're dead. Blah, 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 blah. Or they're gonna die to morale or something.
Yeah,
Just trying to show that Josh will have ultimate control of the battlefield. All I'll have left are these 3, and he's gonna slowly push onto the objectives. I actually don't think I will get 1 more point on my next turn. That's where you'll leave me at. But then from there, you'll just push onto it, and I'll have
you're not
only
scoring
this left.
anymore. I mean, like, yeah, if they're gonna want to shoot over there, you're gonna win me on 4s at best, and I'll have like
Yeah, exactly.
+2, well, potentially +2 to my save.
I think all I would do on my turn is jump up here and just shoot at that guy to try and kill him, and then
Yeah,
that'd be
I'm
kind
gonna
of
get
cool.
my eradication of flesh pretty easily right now.
Exactly that, yeah. I would get maybe some points here and there, but what's the score at now at the end of the 3rd battle round?
Technically,
'Cause you're gonna get
you would be
eradication.
finishing with 23.
Okay.
I am at 19.
And then I would get, yeah, so that's, okay, well, I'm at a slight lead, but then turn, I would be getting no more points. I would get 1 more before Josh, maybe 2 more before Josh stops. So I'll go to 25, and then Josh would then scale up to about 40 to, probably 50 to 60 by the end of the game. We'll call it there. We're going to jump into a post game, though, to kind of square off the battle report. Thanks so much for watching that battle report, everyone. Don't forget that both Josh and I are going to be reviewing the Warzone Caradon book, the Book of Fire, in the MiniWarGaming Vault. We're going to be going through the new changes, the aspects of it, and what it potentially means for the future. And if you're curious on a deeper insight into this book, click on the link down below. Get yourself a 7-day free trial to the MiniWarGaming Vault, where you'll have access to that review. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy the post game. We're going to talk mostly about the game stuff here, because the concept of the book will be in the actual review in the vault.
Yes.
If you want more meaty details about it, we'll cover like the Legion stuff. We'll cover everything in the book as much as we can with what knowledge we have of the time we've had with the book isn't like vast. So we went through what we could there.
No, it's basically as long as we play this bat rep for.
Right, yeah. So the idea of the Bellicor, the Disciples of Bellicor, is talk about the book a little bit. You have to consider that when you combine it with future codexes of what it's available, it'll then become much more viable. As of right now, you are still playing with the old Chaos Space Marine stuff without their Legion abilities, without their Legion stratagems and traits and how they really want to play, and then you're playing with demons as well. So the best thing you can do is kind of bring good stuff from those armies, and then just try and benefit from the negatives to hit. Bellicor is worth his points, and he alone could be he could theoretically be unstoppable if he just makes saves against the big shots. But he's very weak to massive small arms fire, like you've seen against the Vanguard.
Right. So I mean, like, and looking at the Vanguard, because we'll get into the nitty gritty of it. In this list, I gladly would chop like maybe a plane out and just put in another 20 plus, probably Rangers.
Sure. Yeah.
Those squads, the way I'm running them, are about 210 points.
Yeah, that's
Those 20-man squads.
With the current meta, with the way it is, and like what a lot of people want to bring, you definitely want to spam things like that. Yep. You might struggle against like really big, like there's a few obscure lists I've seen popping up in a few places where everyone was building not this specific AdMech thing, but like a lot of like Drukhari, a lot of poison, a lot of spam poison blasters here and there, and then big spams of Rangers and Vanguard. And then people were just bringing just giant super heavies and knights and stuff like that. And like, well, you can't, like, you'll have the one unit that can do some damage to a knight, but it won't kill it.
Well,
and,
they won't because that's a vehicle, so I can't use the.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah. So people were like, it's nice to see the meta constantly changing, but these guys are very effective.
Well, that's the idea. That's where, not knowing what Luke is bringing, I would drop these guys if I had more of the Ballastarii.
Yes.
Because they're just more efficient for the point cost.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I brought the bloodletters, and I was looking at them, and I said, well, I could charge.
Yeah, do you want to guess how many points he is?
75, 60?
65 or 70,
Yeah.
like it's right around there.
I remember he costs as much in points as he does in Canadian dollar reduce, Canadian fun bucks.
Yeah, that's 75.
So I think he's about 60 to 75 bucks for Canadian as well.
Which is, I mean, it's a crazy high cost, but yeah, I can see running 6 of them in a list, and
Oh,
that's your
they're super
anti-armor.
good.
But that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
idea. So even if somebody brings knights and, so standard 1500 point, because I know knights, because I play them, you got, what, 3 big guys, or maybe 2 big guys and 3 armigers?
Right.
Cool. I got 2 neutron lasers, I got 2 flyers, and I got 2 Ballastarii. So that's a grand total of, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 8 las cannon shots, and then 2 neutron lasers. So I'm not gonna like one-shot you off the board right away, but cool, I'm gonna
put a
kill
lot
you
of pressure
before.
Well, we
you're
know
gonna
how
kill me.
we know how the last game we played. We knew how effective melt-a-guns and all that were. They didn't do much.
Well, that's just you, bro.
Yeah,
That's,
it's fair.
that being said, though, I mean, yeah, it's melt-a-guns, but melt-a-guns you got to get closer.
It's true.
And with las cannons, they're just
There's a strength 8 on the melt-a-gun
better,
still.
bro.
Ah, it's random. Oh no, yours are fixed damage, aren't they?
No, mine are actually. I think we may have played the. I may have played them wrong because they are.
They're D3+3, but you rolled 6s only, so same damage.
Yeah, they're D3+3.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I guess I just
We played it right technically.
I didn't realize it was, but yeah, I guess I did it right.
I had said D6 damage and you rolled it, but I knew it was D3+3. Yeah.
Oh, I knew that for the crawlers, and I've forgotten for the last cannon.
I think I had mentioned I'm going to save the Dark Pact thing for the Doom Crawler. Because I meant to say because it was more shots, potentially more shots. Yes. Not Dark Pact, the Blessing of Bellicor or whatever. Yeah. Reducing a damage down to 0 instead of the D3+3. It was kind of scary all around. Bellicor, I think, is awesome against those big, heavy damage shots because they're -1 to wound, -1 to hit, no rerolls on the hits, and it's just not efficient to shoot at him with him. But if he's the only target, then that's the problem.
He is the primary, and that's what you're saying about knights. Because the other thing too is I've got the can you pass me the book real quick? So the big one is binary offense. It's 3 command points, but you select 1 enemy unit and 2 Skitarii Veteran Cohort core choices, which could be your units of up to 6 of the Ballistarius. And as long as they got to shoot at that one target that you picked, but you add 1 to the attack's wound roll too.
That's really good.
So cool. You want to rip apart knights, wound 1/2s.
Well, that's why everyone's spamming them too, because they're so efficient, and they just like that D3+3 damage is so nice.
It's super nice. And then the other stratagems you didn't really get to see is the aggression override, which is the 1 extra attack on the veterans that are already 2 attacks.
That's nice too. Yeah.
So that was we discussed it a little bit, and yeah,
it's a great Army of Renown for the Mechanicum. Not necessarily having to pay extra points to the Vanguard and the Rangers, but just having access to a big squad of them at +1 to wound. In addition to the other strats they have access to, right? Because this doesn't take away from the Adeptus Mechanicus book. It just adds more. It just imposes restrictions like, oh no, you don't have to bring Cult Mechanicus stuff. Oh,
I love the Cult Mechanicus stuff.
What a shame.
Less interesting, right? You don't get your robots, but I don't really care about them as much anymore.
Right.
Because you're spammy tons of firepower. Yeah. I guess what, just 20 Vanguard.
Exactly, yeah.
They're more survivable with Lucius.
Exactly.
And yeah.
I think Lucius is the way. I love Lucius, man. Lucius makes him so durable. Lucius has a lot of tools for the trade when playing this game with these guys down here. It's hard to deal with. And on top of that, the Vanguard get to ignore any blast rules. So
the veteran, yeah.
Yeah, the one big negative trait to these guys specifically, not the Rangers, but the Vanguard would be, to hit them up with a lot of blasts, like a lot of efficient blasts, and that just won't affect them. That's nice. It's good to know. And then for the Bellicor side of things, Bellicor himself worth the points, but my 2 cents is the strats in the Demon book are whatever. They're overcosted, and the Chaos Space Marine strats don't have a lot of interaction other than the obvious good ones like Veterans and Endless Cacophony. Expect this supplement, this Army of Renown, to be much better when those 2 other armies get Codex updates.
100%.
That's pretty much it.
Should be a big difference.
It did massive change.
Anything in this game you would have done differently?
No. This one, if I was to be completely transparent, no matter what I brought, it was an auto loss against the Admech with the veteran build here.
Yeah.
Just because I am playing, the nice thing about this book is, I could be wrong, but with what I and again, I'm not a veteran demon player. I know, Banner of Blood is good and effective, and Plague Bearers are okay at holding, but with the enriched rounds, the Plague Bearers are going to fall over. The Bloodletters are going to get outshot or the sad thing is the Bloodletters are going to get beaten. That's how bad, or that's how dated the rules are for some of these units, because these guys are going to beat up Bloodletters in combat, and that's just saying.
It's not, even if you swing at me first, depending on the buffs I have.
Exactly. That's the worst part. The Bloodletters wouldn't even touch them.
I got a 5-up invuln save, so go away. Who cares about your AP?
Right, 100%.
And how many attacks are you?
2 on the charge, 1 otherwise.
Okay, so even if you charge me, I can still get more attacks than you.
Exactly.
Per dude.
100%.
Depending on which forge roll I'm running, I can be giving you -1 strength and -1 toughness.
This is just an example of, this was a good battle report to showcase age difference in books too. Obviously demons were always very competitively good, but they have fallen by the wayside. They can still work really well, but comparing a Bloodletter to these guys, or comparing a Plague Bearer to these guys, and the Plague Bearers just don't have the staying power anymore. The staying power they used to have. Even though, now, what I am excited for is that one strat to bring guys back to, automatically pass if there's Chaos Space Marines nearby, and then bringing models back with added durability potential to the Plague Bearers with the new Codex. That would be a great combination. There is a lot of potential here if you were to add, consider new codexes. And that's pretty much all I'm saying. Right now, it's going to be a little rough, but you have rules to play with Bellicor now, which is fun. and good to do. And there is a broad horizon of things you can do. What I did here is not the only build. It's not even a great build. It's just like Space Marine good, Chaos Space Marine good stuff, and Demon good stuff, or at least what I perceive to be good stuff in a build. And there's literally everything. You can do so much stuff. You have access to the entire Chaos Space Marine line and the Demon line in one Allegiance ability, and you get access to both sets of stratagems and both sets of relics and warlord traits. So there's a lot going on there. Yeah. There's quite a bit going on there. And assuming that when those codexes come out, they'll have the stratagems that allow you to take additional warlord traits and additional relics on top of all the other stuff you're already doing. There's going to be a lot of potential when those codexes come out. So don't leave any comments, saying like, oh, whatever, imbalance, blah blah blah. It's like, this is printed with the other codexes in mind in the future. They just can't pump it all out at once, obviously.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, right? Would I have done anything differently? I actually wanted to go second. I didn't want to go first because they weren't. I would have rather had value out of them on turn 1. You fly in, shoot your planes, I shoot you back. Plus, with the secondaries I picked, a little bit better going second as well. But that wouldn't have decided the game or not. It would have.
You would have had a little bit more potential.
I would have had a little bit more potential there, but I kind of floundered with them a little bit too. I was kind of running back and forth. Out of 3 turns, only got 1 good turn of shooting. They're an expensive unit to not efficiently use every turn. So that kind of felt bad. That was like misplaying on my end. Just bad rolls, bad positioning to find them in. I'll blame the rolls. It's easier to blame the rolls than my positioning, but realistically, it was my positioning with them. And all that good stuff. But anyways, folks, that's it for this battle report. Leave some feedback down below what you think. What are your hopes for the Demon and the Chaos Space Marine book coming out? And what would you like to do with Be'lakor in the future with them, or said books? Because we already knew the AdMech were pretty good, and then this just kind of fleshes them out and gives you more options to play if you want to play only Skitarii, which most people are doing anyways.
I got another 30 Skitarii upstairs, new in box, and I got a Marshal upstairs.
Ready
now
to
I just
go.
need to add 18 more of the Bellastaris.
Absolutely. Then you have exactly what you want. Good stuff on the table. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you next time.